Hello everyone and welcome back. So I have a really great replay here I want to show you. One of my viewers here, username Clarity, is going to do a really good job just taking it to this camper. I love seeing this sort of stuff. So got a lot to talk about, so let's jump right in. Like I said, this is Clarity. I will be calling him Black probably. He has 4 Katana Samurai, all veterans. Let's see, 2 Yaris, one of which is a samurai, a Bow Warrior Monk, a Bow Samurai, light cavalry right here, and then off here crabbing we have a light cavalry and Naginata warrior monk cavalry. So got a nice little katana core going here with some crab action. I like it. Meanwhile over here we have White. He has a Yari samurai, 2 Naginata monks, a Naginata samurai, 3 bow warrior monks, 2 matchlock warrior monks, and a cavalry over here, a Naginata warrior monk cavalry. So pretty strong on the quality end of the spectrum. For this army, so you got to be careful with those, just because of their sheer power. They can do some damage, so Black has a pretty strong numbers advantage, but still has to be careful, especially with matchlocks. But fortunately, these are fresh matchlocks. They're not nearly on the same level as veteran matchlocks, like rank 5 and up. So not that big of a threat. I think fresh matchlocks are pretty well balanced. So really, this is not going to be a terribly hard army to take down. Black has a big infantry advantage with 4 veteran katanas. Versus 2, let's see, a Naginata Samurai, 2 monks, and a Yari Samurai. Yeah, infantry battle is definitely in Black's favor. Cavalry-wise, Naginata Cavalry and 2 light cavalry versus 1 Naginata Cavalry. Pretty big cavalry advantage in Black's favor as well. The only thing he doesn't have an advantage in is range. So that's the only thing that can turn the battle for White. You just gotta be careful about those ranged units and focus on taking them out first. So over here on the far left of the battle, we have the crabbing going on. Light cavalry and the Naginata cavalry are moving up the tree line here. Black is going to stake up a position in these trees and think about what he's going to do. And that's when White starts setting up. Not a very experienced camper, maybe. This isn't a very good place to camp. There's some weird hills, kind of like, look at this. This hill right here. Even a frontal assault would be pretty good because they'd have to get like up to here before the matchlocks could actually hit them. And if they actually fired while they were still protected by the hill, they have a long reload time being fresh. And that could just almost neutralize the matchlocks in a frontal assault. But hopefully, with some maneuvering, a frontal assault will go a lot smoother than that and you won't have to walk right into matchlocks. So let's see what's going to happen. I'll triple speed it because it's going to be a while. Now, I'm told in the personal message when he sent this to me, this guy was just raging throughout the whole game, and I really wished replays saved the text chat because I've had some pretty funny battles, and I love watching idiots rage. It's just great. So pretty classic camping setup here. Just got a Yari Samurai here on the flank, matchlocks right in front of the infantry, bows right behind them. Just pretty standard stuff, pretty cliche. Not bad really by any means, but you know, not a whole lot of creativity there. Meanwhile, he's got a second little detachment coming through the trees here. Yari Ashigaru and a light cavalry. Interesting. Now, why would you send a Yari Ashigaru through the trees here? Well, remember he had that cavalry who is now gone, so he's off here in the trees somewhere. So sending a Yari Ashigaru to kind of feel it out and maybe find him and get him to attack the Ashigaru, that'd be huge. Then White would have no cavalry whatsoever, at least not visible. He could have someone hiding. This is a pretty small looking army, so I would still be wary of ambushes, even after I found that 1 Naginata cavalry. But anyway, we'll see. Now, Black does a really great job in this battle, but I have one complaint, and that's that he didn't ever really skirmish. Now, with such a big ranged advantage on White's side, and such the other two being so in Black's favor, he does not need his ranged units to win this battle, so he's a lot freer to skirmish and try and do as much damage as possible early with the ranged units. And just try and whittle them down a little bit, maybe kill some matchlocks. You know, though I would probably focus on the bows, but really any target would good. Just soften them up as much as possible. I don't even think he ever even fires at all with his bows. But anyway, Black is going to pull back, getting a little too close there with the ranged units. That was a good idea. Just sit and wait it out for now until this cavalry gets neutralized, who has come out of the forest just now, and they run right into the Yari Ashigaru, and they're already down to 27 men out of 40. This is a different unit size. I guess someone has not so good of a computer in this battle, so this one's at 22 out of 40, just about to die. The light cavalry still totally fine with 27 out of 30. Yari Ashigaru is surprisingly taking a lot of damage. I don't know if Naginata Monk Cavalry has a more of an advantage versus spear units, but he did a lot of damage to that Yari Ashigaru. Even in the forest, they have 65 out of 100. So kind of interesting. Maybe that's a use for him. Who knows? I'll have to look into that a little more later. But anyway, the fact stands that the Naginata Cavalry was routed by the Yari Ashigaru and this light cavalry. So this cavalry is still fine and is still in good shape for early action. The Ashigaru here is pretty well hurt, but still there. So the option exists. Now see, while that was going on, and even now, this would have been a great time to skirmish. Let's see, how many veterans are there? Now I don't think... No, White has no bow veterans. So he's on the same level, in fact a little worse, because Black has 2 bow veterans. And he could have been skirmishing a lot early on. I definitely would have done that. Since he has the cavalry and the infantry advantage, you don't need him to swing the infantry battle. So just go in there with early action and just try and mess him up as much as possible. Especially since you have a lot of time where the cavalry is just kind of moving through the trees. You could just buy time and just kind of skirmish with him. Get him to focus on the bows. It might make your ambush go a little better too if you get him into a rhythm of just trying to focus on your bows. Then out of nowhere comes the cavalry. So anyway, I'll go back to triple speeding. Because again, just moving through the forest. Now it's kind of interesting. He's just going to keep his Yari Ashigaru here moving through for the ambush. Going to try and pincer him from 3 sides. Great idea. But out of the forest comes a Naginata Samurai. I guess they were hidden there. Was that the same one? Actually, yeah, that was the same one. Not new. He just moved him over there to counter any cavalry that was coming through the trees. So see what he's going to do. That's right. Right by him. The camper here didn't even kill that guy. Wow. Shameful display. And so since he's microing his Naginatas, Black's going to see a great opportunity to walk right into the back of the Matchlock Monks. Now look, this is how you charge a ranged unit, okay? Spread them out like that. I think they were in loose formation, so that's kind of bad, but still, look at that. Killed 30 men in that charge. That's how you want to hit a ranged unit. Spread them out and hit at all points, because you will just tear them down. And there they go. They shattered. So there goes one Matchlock unit. Now this is great. He's going to run them over here and tie down the other Matchlock unit. Doesn't matter if they're going to win or lose. Just tie them down so they're not shooting. And bam, nice little charges. Only killed 3, but the fact is they're tied down. And that is when he's going to send his infantry forward on the attack. Meanwhile, the cavalry that was crabbing, really good here. I like this. The staggered sort of ambush. He sends 1 unit to hit the general. And he keeps 1 still back on reserve. I kind of like that. Then you can have 2 stages of ambush, because now here comes the second one while he's distracted. Meanwhile, over here, this crab area, the little Yari Ashigaru, has been routed, but he did a good job because look, he just tied down 2 units. If you can split the enemy into chunks and just tie down one with an inferior unit while you swallow up the bigger chunks, that's a great strategy. So really good job there. Those brave Yari Ashigaru really helped out the infantry fight because now he only has 2 infantry units over here, one of which is a Yari Samurai, and the other is actually he's hurt at only 71 men, I think. Maybe it's just weird with the proportions, but 71 men in this unit. And a Yari Samurai. So these 4 katanas are just going to walk in and just clean house. See, yep, they have a good firing angle, but being fresh, they don't have the machine guns, so they're going to take a while to reload. But another little criticism is he left the general to come and hit the bows, and with only 4 men left in the unit, I would have finished off the general before leaving and going to hit the bows, but still, not a bad choice still. I mean, it gets him to stop shooting. And the general will be shattering soon. He's at 3, 2, there we go. General's shattered. Meanwhile, these 2 chunks over here not going to make it in time. I don't know what this one's doing. Yeah, well, if you don't have any skill, I guess, you just kind of camp like that and just get thrashed. And now look at this. Black's infantry is just pouring over White. And this is over. Oh my god. The general's getting in on the action. Just charging right here into these bows. Matchlocks wavering everywhere. No chance. And White concedes defeat or rage quits or something pretty soon, so I'm just going to pause it here. Look, he didn't even move his bows. I love it. Didn't even need his whole army to win this battle. I love it. So, really great battle. Good way to deal with campers. Try and pincer him in from all sides. White put himself in a really bad spot to camp. I mean, come on. Camp right in the middle of the open when you're... I mean, look how close he was to the trees, even on both sides. You just get ambushed from all over. I don't know what he was thinking. Probably wasn't thinking. I don't know. If you're a good player, I don't know why you would camp. It's way more fun to do what Black did and just come in and just thrash this guy. It was awesome. I loved it. So really, nothing to complain about besides the fact that he didn't skirmish. I think he definitely should have been skirmishing. But in the end, just didn't need it. I mean, with a rush like that at the end from 3 sides, the boat just had nowhere to shoot, and it was just over. I love the just totally crushed white. So I'll just let this one run out, and thanks for watching, everybody. Let's zoom in here so we get a little action. All right.